Hey, what's up everyone? Silver Slayer, welcome back for another video. So today I'm going to go over the poll results that I did for this video I posted a couple days ago, talking about which category would you guys choose if you had to choose between 5 ounces of Eagles, a 5-ounce poured bar, 5 ounces of generics, $7 face, which is roughly 5 ounces of constitutional silver, 5 ounces in kookaburras. And you guys were able to choose which category you wanted to vote in, and I got plenty of entries, so I figured I would go over the results and also read off some of the comments I got from you guys, because in these types of videos, especially these poll videos, I get a lot of really good feedback and hear a lot of different perspectives, and because there's so many people voting, everyone has very good points, and it really just shows how diverse we can be and how there's really no wrong way to go, how there's pros and cons to each way. And it really, as you'll see in some of these comments, it really just depends on which direction you want to go and what you are comfortable with doing. So that's personally why I never understood why people argue to bash someone or shame someone in saying they're stacking wrong compared to their way, because they might have completely different goals or time frames from selling to you. So anyways, here are the entries. We had a total of 144 votes. So very interesting results. I personally did not think that the order that these the majority went in would end up this way. So first place we have 5 ounces of Eagles with 55 votes at 38%, which that's pretty. I mean, I could expect that, but as we keep going down, we have second place with 47 votes was the 5 ounces of Kookaburras with 32%. And then we had third place was the $7 face of junk silver with 20 votes at 13%. Fourth place was the 5 ounces of generic rounds, 12 votes at 8%. And then fifth place was the 5-ounce poured bar with 10 votes at 6%. So I thought that the 5 ounces of generic rounds would have been up here more, maybe even first, because a lot of people just want to buy silver as cheap as possible. They feel silver is silver, but it only had 12 votes out of 144 people voting. So I guess I can understand, since I wasn't asking you guys if you had a certain amount of money which you would buy. I feel like that would have pushed the generic up higher because you can get a bigger bang for your buck. Like with $100 you can get a couple more ounces of generic rounds than you could kookaburras. But in this video I said, if money wasn't an option, which of the 5 ounces would you pick straightforward, just picking which category? So that makes sense, I guess, why the kookaburras would be a little higher, since obviously people would choose the 5 ounces of kookaburras over the generics if money's not an issue. But when money is an issue and you're trying to get as much silver as possible, then you might choose some generics over it. But I was also surprised to see junk silver so high. It makes me happy to see that people appreciate constitutional silver. And a lot of people are preppers. I feel like if you're an SHTF prepper, then you're definitely going to be going with junk silver and Eagles and stuff like that. So pretty interesting poll results, though. That's why I love making videos like this. I've made some very interesting poll videos. I've asked people how long they've been stacking, so I've seen the majority of people watching my channel on how long they've been stacking. I went from like a 0 to 6 month range all the way up to 10 plus years. So pretty interesting results like that as well. If you guys ever want to go check those out, just check out my poll video playlist. So some of the comments, someone said, I like the constitutional. I've purchased 71.5 ounces of half dollars and 71.5 ounces of dimes. My main reason for having these is if SHTF, I believe, oh yeah, see, so he's saying, for SHTF situations, he believes it'll be easier to use the fractional constitutional silver, which I definitely agree with. I always have mentioned how beneficial constitutional silver would be in an SHTF situation, since a lot of things are going to be traded for, I would feel, less than 1 ounce. And if all you have are 1 ounce Eagles and you want to trade something that's less than an ounce, then constitutional silver would be the perfect thing for that. You could trade a dime or a quarter or a $half. So you don't only have less than an ounce, you also have 3 other options for lower denominations, which is perfect for change. And also, I've mentioned I feel like Eagles would also be a very good category and type of silver for SHTF as well. And he said they are well-known coins and their actual silver content is well documented. I don't have any silver bars. I do have all other categories shown. So it seems like he diversifies a little bit. But yes, I definitely agree that constitutional silver is very well recognized. I mean, people know it's from America, and you can tell it's not faked, so people will be able to trust it. And yes, I mean, it's a governmented coin, and I definitely agree. So I don't know, I definitely see where he's coming from, and I definitely feel that if that's what he believes and he wants to prep for SHTF, then he's definitely on the right track, especially since he said he is diversifying a little bit. And I mean, I can't blame him. I mean, some people personally don't believe in SHTF or aren't really a prepper, so they won't be stacking the same way as him because they don't have the same mind state. So that's not saying that he's right or anyone else is wrong. It's just people buy different things. I mean, some people like cheese pizza, some people like pepperoni pizza. You can't bash someone else for liking or buying a different pizza than you, you know? Some people like Honda, some people like Toyota. I mean, you know, it's just too diverse and it's too much of a personal hobby. So, some other comments. Category D, $half. 1, you always have the face value of the coin. 2, it's widely recognized as genuine silver. And 3, it's fractional amount of silver and is therefore better for transactions done. Yes, definitely agree. That's another one. Talking about constitutional silver, naming several of the same points about fractional and all that. Someone else says, if we aren't talking money, then I choose poured silver, which that is why I mentioned that I didn't want to say for the if you had a certain amount of money to spend, because I wanted to see specifically the category without factoring in trying to get the best bang for your buck and all that. So this is why he mentioned that. He said if we aren't talking about the money, then I would choose poured silver, raw, pure form of silver, lots of work and labor to pour and create little pieces of heaven. And I definitely agree. Poured silver is definitely a work of art. If you've ever seen anyone actually make poured silver, it's absolutely amazing to watch. The amount of effort and just passion that goes into each one of those bars is amazing. So, all right. Someone else says, I would do the Buffalo rounds. In a post-SHTF world, the vast majority of the population has no idea about constitutional silver being 90% or the actual weight. That's debatable. I guess I could agree, depending on several factors, though. You would not get your premium back for the Silver Eagles or the Kooks, and I like smaller increments because I'm not sure others will have changed for the 5-ounce bars out. I definitely agree with the 5-ounce bar being a little too heavy, depending on who you're obviously trading with or selling to. And for the premiums, yes, in a post SHTF world, well, we don't really know. It's hard to predict or make assumptions on what the markets will do or what, you know, they would be, but I mean that makes sense. And that's why I always say don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't always pay really high premiums for kooks and pandas and all new and even older numismatic coins. Not even just talking about semi-numismatic coins, but numismatic coins. I feel like the safest way is to diversify. Get your closest to spot generic rounds. Get your junk silver, because there is a chance that silver will only be deemed as silver, and you might, you know, lose out on all the extra premiums you thought you would be getting back with your pandas and kooks and stuff like that. So I definitely agree, and that's also why I've mentioned I personally don't buy anything heavier than a 5-ounce bar, just because I feel like I might be putting myself in a situation that I won't be able to get, or I would have a hard time finding a buyer. So this guy says, I would choose Eagles first. I choose these because of liquidity and my personal spread. I can normally buy them for $2 over spot and sell them for $2 over. This can definitely change over time. My second is Rounds for liquidity. 5-ounce bar third, Kookaburras are fourth. Love them, and if I felt comfortable selling them, they would be the number one. Junk only if I can buy at spot. That's a great comment. I love how he mentions the Kookaburras would be first if he was comfortable selling them, because if you want to get the highest premiums back for your Kookaburras, which you want to get as much money as you can without having to take a loss, then it's going to be a little harder than, say, Eagles or Rounds, because your local coin shop is not going to give you much over spot for your Kookaburras. They're going to have to sell them on eBay and find a buyer and have to deal with eBay and PayPal fees and all that. So it can be a little tricky. And especially if you're not a reputable seller yet and people don't really trust you yet, you're going to have to build up your reputation. So this guy says, I'm in a bind between the ASEs and the Kooks, but in the long run, I would choose the ASEs because I believe it is a much more recognized piece. When time comes to sell, it will be easier, but I love the Kooks and have many myself. I definitely agree. That's why I say the foundation of our stack should be Eagles, just for, how liquid they are and how recognizable they are. But I definitely agree with you how you say you have, you branch out into Kooks and other things as well. But I definitely want the majority of my stack to be very liquid silver that I could easily sell if I needed to. This guy says, I love the junk, but I would go with the Kooks. I think their premium rises faster than all the others, and I love the designs. That's definitely true. I mean, Kookaburras definitely will make you profits a lot quicker than any of the others, simply just because they're so collectible, and it's just kind of how it goes with those coins. That's why a lot of people that are flippers, buy into Kooks and Pandas, because they'll buy them, and then in 5 or so years they will sell them, take the profits to dump the profit money back into more, and then just do this rinse repeat cycle. And it works for them. I personally don't do that. I'm a stack and hold stacker, but I know a lot of people that do that. So let's see, I'm only gonna do 1 or 2 more comments. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm trying to find diverse comments. I don't want to keep picking the same people who are talking about the same categories. Okay, so this was a very interesting comment. He said 80% maples, 20% buffaloes. Maples or eagles are protected under counterfeiting laws. Penalties are severe for counterfeiters, so the odds of fake eagles or maples are somewhat lessened. I'm not saying it's impossible, but lessened. The generic stuff is for weight. It all comes down to how you see what's coming. Exactly that. That's what I've been talking about. It's all up to what you believe is going to happen. And then he goes on to say, if you foresee a complete breakdown and descent into chaos, constitutional silver will do you good. That's also what I've been saying. It's perfect for SHTF. Because should silver go ballistic, example 500 an ounce, how do you pay for bread if all you have are ounces? And that's exactly what I've been saying. And then he says, if on the other hand you foresee a slow descent into shit, then higher end stuff may be of value to play and will hopefully make a profit. Anyone you choose should make good. Cheers. That's a great comment. That is basically exactly what I've been saying this entire time. That's why I feel diversifying is best, because if there isn't a complete breakdown of the economy and shit doesn't hit the fan, then my Kooks and Pandas over time will pay off greatly and could make me a lot of money. Not saying that I'm planning on that, but there's a possibility, and that's not even the complete reason why I do stack those. I love the designs myself, and I'm a collector of them, and I just appreciate the coins as a whole. But there are some benefits into picking those up, especially if I pick them up right when they come out for the same year, where I'm getting them only a couple dollars over spot anyways. It's not like I'm paying $40 to $50, even $30 to $40 for the coins. I'm picking them up for only a couple dollars more than I would Eagles. So it definitely all depends on how you view. So I'm going to end that video here. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. I hope you guys enjoyed this poll video. See you guys for the next video. Peace.